My name's Kadie Nugent, and my thesis exhibition is Sweat Sweetie. For about the past year, I've used Sweat Sweetie as this persona to create work. Sweat Sweetie's allowed me to distance myself from some painful experiences that happened about a year ago, but also just really dive into my visual work and start creating a narrative that lets me kind of dig through all of these ideas and experiences I've had, but really curate them for the internet to start creating this branded version of myself. So the video pieces in my show were video pieces originally published on Instagram, so they were made for that format, and they're really meant as this actual embodiment of Sweat Sweetie. She makes these garments that are like ragtag falling apart and is dancing in them, and wants you to feel like she was just here and experiencing the moment where she drops the prop and heads out. And I really love this piece, honestly, just the feet stuck in the paint splatter. There's nothing else quite like that in the show, I guess, but I think just that feeling of like stuckness, but still being loose enough to like dance around and then just letting go, I think is a big part of like Sweat Sweetie. I was really interested in how Instagram owns our images and how they can use them. So this is a flying geese pattern. And to me, that really spoke to just how hordes of people, how we really circle around and make specific things popular on Instagram, but we're also really just at the power of the algorithm for what we'll even see and be able to support. So that like idea of these swirling birds just following each other, Sweat Sweetie really plays into that. So in her video, she's kind of joking around, smiling at the camera, doing this little shimmy, and for me those actions are really this just kind of like laughing take at the capitalist platform that Instagram is. She has these future plans to ascend on the platform and become a powerhouse on it, so she's kind of like, all right, like let's play, I got it. So some of the sculptural kind of elements in the exhibition, especially with like the quilted assemblages that are specifically they're unfinished quilts. They don't have their edges done properly. They're either raw cut or they have like a serged edge. These do kind of ask the viewer to walk around them and then reframe the rest of the show through like specific shapes, through specific portholes. And these shapes were actually used to fabricate other pieces in the show, and I really wanted that idea of deconstruction of memory, but then also using them as a frame to be able to view the other pieces. And so I think, absence is definitely highlighted, recontextualizing what you're seeing, especially like the mural wall becomes this collage, more layered. I feel like it starts to get at that kind of faux, like digital space. Mm-hmm. But then, the shadow too, with all of the sparkling and just kind of notating the shadow. I think that some of these pieces feel very light, even though they're supported by chain. For me, kind of the gravity of this piece with the shadow is really, really important. Really, the punching bag was the huge moment for me. I had just put a punching bag in my studio, like an Everlast punching bag from Walmart that was like $70 on clearance. And I had just made this decision that I was a performance artist after making a lot of 2D work, a lot of drawings. And then after some things happened, this punching bag became this like looming presence that I really felt like I was maybe fighting, and it became a symbol. So then for the show, I decided to create a soft punching bag that really let me, kind of like Sweat Sweetie does for me, kind of let me separate from what happened and kind of move forward, but also memorialize these ideas. And so that was a piece, that and the boxing gloves were kind of how everything else started to come together.